What's going on, everybody? Dev Boy's back at it. This is a banger, alright? A straight banger. The energy's different because the video's different. This is a post-patch 3-man Disengage that I've got shooting through about 70% of the time. Shout out Captain Ron. He saw this on a stream. Word going around was somebody had used this and gone 25-0 in Weekend League. But there was no setup out and about. I did find one setup that was close, but it required a base align where this one does not, which is nice, one extra step, right? Also, your corners aren't wonky. And also, that one required you to spy opposite the running back, so you couldn't just have what I call a muscle memory setup, where it's the same base setup every time. You just, and eventually you have the setup, right? This is a muscle memory setup. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to look at their defense and say, okay, I have to do this or that, which just takes that extra second that gets you quick snapped, right? We don't have to worry about that. So let's get right into the setups and some in-game footage. I'm telling y'all, this one's fire. So I'm using the 4-6 alternate playbook. Reason being, it still has 3-3-5, so we can still rock out our defensive meta. But the formation we're going to talk about here, until it gets patched, is 3-4 bear. This, really should be a universal thing that would work with any play, more or less within here. I'll get into that more as we go. I just got my hands on this, so I'm going to show you with the cover 3. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pinch. We're going to slant our pass rush inside. We're going to contain. I'm going to take B, put him on a spy. This is going to be the user. I'm going to go and bring him over here and put him on a spy. You could user the safety and put him here on a spy as well. So you could maybe do like, if you wanted to user the safety, right? You could do something like that. It really shouldn't matter. So just a little wrinkle that I kind of picked up while I was labbing this. Still pretty new to me. So again, the setup. We're going to take and pinch. We're going to go ahead and slant the pass rush inside. Contain. Put B on a spy. Then we're going to stand in a spy out here. Another thing I've noticed in-game, it does seem to help if you just wait a split second before you start moving, or if you just kind of take a step in and then back out. Just seems to make it a little more consistent. So there's one other thing that can happen here. Very few formations out there will cause this type of an alignment. But you see he's out so far. That's probably what will happen, right? They almost disengage, but not quite. So if you see something like that, you may need to go ahead and slide him in quick. Very few formations will cause that. The other thing you could go ahead and do there, if they continue to do it to one side, is just come out with the play flipped. Right? Because, it's the same difference. You've just got the play flipped. So, as you see, doesn't matter. My other spy is still in position. So let's go ahead and check out the in-game footage so you can see this hitting home. Another thing to understand this year, press quarters actually go and get physical, where, thirds will bail out, deep halves will bail out. You do need to be aware of cover 3 beaters going up the seam, all right? If they're quick snapping and you just can't get something done about it, you could give cushion, maybe not an ideal way of dealing with things, but you could have something that looks like this, which that's not a terrible look. That 3-rec's going to play pretty well. So just kind of be aware of that. As I mess with it, we will get into pro tips. All right, so you guys will get that info.
Born in Ocho Cinco, they don't understand me or my lingo. It's my ego that makes me lethal. Maybe it's from being from a place that's below zero. Man, my dreams, I paint them like a mural. Went from artist to a hero. Man, I go the hardest, that is clear. At least it would appear so. From my apparel to what I'm rocking through your ear hole. Stacking my De Niro, now I'm shining like a clear coat. motivations. I flip the script with some Indian obeisance.